Hey folks, welcome back. It's Jerry up here at Hilltop Firearms Training Center, Dover, Tennessee. Thank you for watching. Today is March the 2nd, 2018. The reason I give you the date is because of the time-sensitive nature of this very topic. If you've been following the news, you know sort of the situation across our nation. Tensions are extremely high, and we've got a lot of people with varying opinions and plans and solutions to a problem that we are facing, a problem of violence. We recently had the massacre at yet another school where a young man, student of Parkland, Florida school, goes in and begins killing students. So everyone is going now, well, we got to come up with a plan. This is unacceptable. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. So the reason for this video is I do want to see what your opinion is. Whatever plan you think might be a solution to this problem, I'd like to hear about it. I really would. I would like for you to post your comments below. As always, I like to keep it professional if possible. But this is a heated debate and tensions are high, and they should be. So on one side, you have people saying we've got to do something. We cannot continue to let people be able to purchase these types of weapons, such as the AR-15, AK-47. You have people saying, well, these rate increasing devices such as bump fire stocks, binary triggers, we've got to stop those. Then you have people saying, well, we need to reenact a new assault weapons ban. Now, I lived through the first one. In 1994 to 2004, the assault weapons ban was enacted, and I remember in 1995 going to a gun store and purchasing a Glock 17. A pistol that originally came with 17-round magazines now came with 10-round mags because they felt it was unnecessary for, say, a law-abiding citizen to have access to more than 10 rounds per magazine. So 10 rounds or less was the norm. But yet, I remember seeing crimes did not seem to dissipate. Crimes continued. Crimes being committed with criminals armed with high-capacity magazines. Now, we could go into the other aspects of the crime bill from 94 to 2004, a lot of which was feature bans, like an AR-15, say, an AR-15 equipped with a 4 or 6 position collapsible or adjustable stock where you can push the little button and make it longer or shorter. That was no longer okay. If you purchased one, like a Bushmaster was a really popular brand back then, I remember it came with a permanently fixed stock. Now it looked like it would collapse, but it would not. It was not adjustable, it was pinned. Magazines, you could not alter them to hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition. But yet, crimes with violent criminals were being committed with weapons of that nature, while law-abiding citizens who may be just trying to protect themselves, their home, their families, were limited in what they could purchase. We see states that to this day have never lifted that ban that was imposed back in 94. In 2004, it expired. So I didn't have to no longer pay extremely high prices, say, for a 17-round magazine. I could buy them at a normal manufactured suggested retail price because it was no longer illegal here, say, in Tennessee. We've got people on one side saying this is the NRA's fault. We got people attacking the NRA. Then we have people that are NRA members getting mad at the NRA because the NRA is trying to conform to certain things. We got people now mad at the president. Well, they're, he was pro-gun and now he's not. We have people saying we need to arm teachers. We need to put guns in the holsters of teachers. Now, I'm not going to give you my opinion on that because I want to get yours first. What's the solution? I saw a video the other day that was rather heartbreaking. A mother and her 2 little children being interviewed on a news station, and she had purchased her 2 little kids bulletproof backpacks. And she was explaining to these 2 little kids that, you know, this is something we may need because it can protect you if someone tries to shoot you. And I'm sitting there and I'm drinking my coffee and I'm watching that video and I'm thinking to myself, so this is what we've reached? Now, is it a gun problem? Is it a gun problem? Is it a mental health problem? Criminals are always going to have access. Mental health is always going to be an issue. Then you can take the argument, well, a person is just an average, like everyday guy. He purchases a firearm legally. And then one day he snaps. Can you prevent that? Absolutely not. But taking away guns from the average, everyday, law-abiding citizen, it's not the solution, not in my opinion. Banning certain firearms because of certain features or having high-capacity magazines, is that going to stop the crime? Look at California. That's a good example. Up until just a few years ago, they kept trying to make it harder and harder for people to own AR-15 style rifles. So they kept putting different cosmetic features on them, making them basically neutering the firearm so bad that it wasn't even like, why don't you just give them a bolt-action rifle? Did that stop violent criminals in California from having fully automatic machine guns and high-capacity magazines? No. Gangs, right? Drug dealers. So what's the solution? Everyone is mad at everybody right now. But are we losing sight of the big picture? We're becoming more and more vulnerable, from domestic terrorists to foreign. What's the solution? People say, well, yeah, if we know, at least if teachers had guns, maybe they could have. I agree. If there was one person, say, in that school that had the right training and the tool, which is usually a firearm, stops a guy with a firearm, could that teacher have interacted and stopped that shooter? 2007 Virginia Tech's massacre. One student enters Norris Hall, chains the door shut, is armed with 2 handguns, a Walther P22, a Glock 19, and begins shooting people. He goes from classroom to classroom, taking lives. People have nowhere to go. The students are trying to scramble through the halls, getting behind desks. Some of the people were shot through the doors of the classrooms as they were trying to hold the door from being pushed open. And he legally obtained those firearms. Oh my God, we got to stop. He was mentally deranged, but he was able to pass a background check because mental health is not a criminal offense when you have a background check run on you, is there? Could they link that together? Perhaps. Is that the solution? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think we can do to make this situation that's going on right now better. Thanks for watching. See you on the range.